Hey, welcome back to Delectable You, Recipes for Food and for Life. Today we are making red lentil dal. That's D-A-L. This is a traditional Indian dish and there are a ton of different ways to make them. Today we are going to make a vegetarian that's actually also vegan one. And the thing I love about this is that, first of all, it's really fast. Second of all, it's really hearty without being heavy, which is awesome. And if you're a vegetarian or a vegan and you're looking for your protein options, of course you get protein in all of your veggies, but you've got some protein heavy lentils. So you walk away feeling satisfied and light. So let me show you what to do. All right, so I've journeyed over to the stove, and what I have here is a big saucepan that's got 3 tablespoons of coconut oil that have been heating up on medium heat. And I'm gonna add a teaspoon of turmeric, let's see that sizzle, and a teaspoon of cumin. And I just basically am toasting the powder just to get the fragrance to come out. The flavor to come out. And that's all we really want to do. Just push this around for like 30 seconds. And now we're going to add some onions. Now put the onions in away from you. So push the onions in toward the back of the stove so that you don't get any splash on you, or you will avoid that. And this is 2 onions that I've thinly sliced, medium sized. Okay, let's get those in there. And now all you're gonna do is toss them around so that they're all nice and coated in the oil and the spices. And then you're just going to let them saute for about 5 minutes, just until they're a little bit more translucent. If you could smell this right now, you would just love me even more than you already do, right? Because you already love me. I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that. So these have been sauteing now for about 5 or 6 minutes, and now I'm going to add some more things to the party. I've got 3 cloves of garlic that I've minced up. If you happen to put an extra clove in there, no worries, it's garlic, it's all good. My daughter cooing in the background, if you can hear her, loves garlic. All right, now this is about 3 tablespoons of minced fresh ginger. So we're just gonna toss this around for maybe just like 30 seconds because we don't want this to burn. Just until you start smelling the garlic and the ginger. All right. Next, we're gonna add our lentils to the party. So these are red split lentils. They're stuck together right now because I rinsed them off. This is about 1 pound. So they need a little love getting in there. But we're gonna put these in there. Okay, we'll break this up with a spatula later. Okay, I'm just gonna toss these around before I add anything else because I want them to get a little bit of flavoring. Break them up, but we're gonna add some liquid to the pot so it'll break it up even more. Okay, so here's our liquid. We've got a can of organic coconut milk. This is about 14 fluid ounces. Okay. And then we've got 1 quart or 4 cups of vegetable stock. So we'll put that in there. This is low sodium. I always like to use low sodium, anything, but especially with stock, because then I get to control the content of salt. Because if you use salted stuff, then it might end up too salty. Okay, and now I'm gonna add in a large handful of cilantro that I've chopped up. Now a lot of dal recipes say to use the stem as well, and you totally can. I just didn't this time. So leaves, stems, doesn't matter. And now we're just gonna stir this around, and you can add salt and pepper at this point if you want. I'm gonna hold off until the end just because this is going to cook down, and you risk over salting the dal at this point if you put the salt in right now. So I'm gonna wait, but if you want, you can add a teaspoon of salt now and a half a teaspoon of pepper. So we're gonna bring this to a nice simmer, and you're just going to cook this over medium, high heat, depends on your stove, how hot it is, until the lentils are cooked. So it's gonna be about 20 minutes. That's it. As you can see, our dal has turned into dal. All the lentils are all cooked and they're so lovely. It kind of looks like mush, but it doesn't taste like mush. It tastes like heaven. We're almost done. But we're going to add all of this beautiful spinach into the party. You can use spinach or you can use kale. I prefer spinach. So this is about 4 or 5 cups. Now, how is all this spinach going to fit? Well, just put one handful at a time and stir it around and the spinach will disappear before your eyes. So just keep doing this. One handful, turn it, spin it, let it wilt down, add another handful until all of the spinach is in the dal. All right, I've got my final handful of spinach. I'm just gonna toss this around. And because I didn't add the salt and pepper yet, I'm gonna do that now. So I'm gonna add about a teaspoon of salt, sea salt. And I'm gonna add a half a teaspoon of ground black pepper. And I'm just gonna mix this all together. So the thing with salt and pepper is that you can always add it at the end and you can taste your seasonings at the end to adjust if you need to. So if this isn't enough salt for you, then you can add more. Here's how you know. If you taste this and it tastes kind of bland, you don't have enough salt. That's the thing with salt, is it brings out the dominant flavor in whatever dish you're making, which is why it's so often in baking. And it's why salted caramel has become popular, or salted chocolate, because it makes the chocolate taste so much more chocolatey and the caramel tastes so much more caramelly. Okay, so that's your test. That's your litmus test for your food. If your food is bland, add a little bit of salt until you can taste the dominant flavor. That's it. I'm going to turn this down and my dal is finished. That just took us 20 minutes. Now, I love eating this for breakfast or lunch or dinner. It's great to keep in the fridge. You can just heat it up really quickly on the stove and you've got a hearty, healthy, vegan meal. You're welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been Lauren with Delectable You and Madison too. And we'll see you again next time. Enjoy your dal.